Have you been working or studying from home and struggling to find motivation? Have you been reluctant to sit down and work because your desk is always covered in a clustered mess? Have you been deluding yourself into thinking you can work from the bed and end up falling asleep every single time?
How did you know? Well, your home office needs a makeover. Hi, my name is Evelyn, and today I'm giving you a tour of my lovely home office to show you how to design your home office to make it look aesthetic and how to set up your desk to maximize productivity. So you better like and subscribe so we can jump right in. Hi, come on in. Welcome to the office. As you can see, we have quite an open floor plan here. That basically means my office is in my bedroom and there's no actual separation whatsoever between my living and working space. So I deliberately used white as the predominant color for my home office to create a visual cue that this is the place to sit down and work, as opposed to the living space in the back, which is mostly brown and green. My office is facing a gigantic window, but the light can get actually really quite problematic during the day, so that's why you see a lot of shades going on here, and all of the plants you see here are actually more of a shading solution than anything else. In terms of layout, I like to think of my office in 3 sections. All the way to the left here, I have this aspirational posted wall. Over in the middle is the main desk area with an organizing basket over here and then a hanging organizer. Over to the right, there is stationery organization / bookshelf. Well, let's start with this wall. I think having this wall is really helpful in making me stay productive. I find that writing all my tasks down on a to-do list and like physically checking them off makes completing a task more satisfying. So after a while, I found my desk to be littered with little pieces of paper and it becomes really annoying. So I started putting little post-its on the wall. When I first started doing that, the project manager in me got overly ambitious, as I always do, and tried to make this area a Kanban board to manage my projects, which didn't work out too well, but gradually I think it just evolved into a productive visco aesthetic corner of checklists, food I want to make, movies I want to watch. If you're having trouble managing your tasks and deadline, I think simply writing things out and putting them on a wall is a great place to start. As you can see, my desk is pretty small, and for a small desk like this, it's really important to keep it cluster free. Also, it's actually super wobbly because I got this desk and chair on Alibaba for like $30, which is a decision I regret dearly to this day because it makes it kind of difficult to like write on it. It might be a little better if this desk is like resting against a wall, but I don't have a wall here. So if you're shopping for a desk, I would highly recommend investing in a piece that is sturdy and has enough surface area, because if you're not happy with your desk, that's going to discourage you from coming here and sitting down to work every day. At first, I had this stationary organizer thingy on the desk, but it turned out to take too much space. With that and like the laptop, I could pretty much fit like nothing else on there. So that went away to the side, and just when I was pulling my hair out to find a suitable storage solution, the powerful recommendation engine of the internet snuck this bad boy into my feed. Well, who is this boy, you ask? It is a hanging organizer that takes up no space on the desk while keeping everything I need well within reach, and it is a perfect shading solution that stops this annoying sun from damaging my optical nerves. Let me show you what I have in there. Over here at the top are all the old post-its and sticky notes that I've collected, because sometimes I would write down goals and things I want to do on there, and it's just helpful to go through them every now and then so that I don't forget what I once wanted to do but didn't really accomplish. These are more post-it notes and checklists. This is where I keep my whiteouts, washi tapes. Over here on this side is a collection of my pens. This is a mechanical pencil, the one I've used since childhood, and I recently found it at a stationery store. I love how in Asia all the stationaries are just so cute and aesthetic. This is my lotion. I have a little eye drop here because my contacts get dry very often. This is the same lip balm I've been using for 3 years. Oh, I love these pastel color highlighters. Here are just some colorful pens and stickers for bullet journaling. These are my favorite stickers. They cost 14 cents each on Alibaba. I put them on all of my notebooks. Down here are my various notebooks. This one is planner / bullet journal. This is for like taking online classes. This one I recently started is just a general notebook for 2020 and 2021. This one is the newest member of the family. I haven't really started using it yet, but it's just my general notebook for YouTube. Oh, and these pockets are actually quite large, so I also keep random stuff like earplugs here because my neighbors upstairs have been doing constructions for 3 months. I have these little vocabulary cards because I'm trying to expand my vocabulary. And then gum, like I said, just random stuff. This hanging organizer gave my dwindling productivity a second wind because now that the desk space is open up, I stopped crawling in bed to work, fall asleep all the time. If you have a small cluttered desk, consider getting some external storage to free up desk space, which, trust me, will make it so much easier for you to get up and work. This pothos plant I have had for a while. It's grown out quite a bit. I made this macrame plant hanger by myself from a best dressed tutorial. I will link that down in the descriptions. Also with this fish lines, I don't know if you can see, I have this little rainbow crystals hanging. The amount of rainbow this makes really varies depending on the time of the day, even the time of the year. In the spring and summertime, there were less rainbows, but now that is fall and winter, I'm starting to see little rainbows all over the room and it just makes me so happy. So I want to attempt to explain this whole hanging solution a little bit. Everything is actually hanging from these movable cloth hangers. A lot of households have these in China because we line dry all of our clothes. I used to hate these things in my room so much. They are not the most aesthetically pleasing, but now I'm in love because they're so functional. You can easily move them up and down and hang so many things on them without making holes in your wall. So all of the desk space I have painstakingly saved up is unfortunately taken up by 3 to 5 different mugs depending on my stress level, so I feel obligated to introduce you to each of them. This is my aspirational morning coffee mug and a constant reminder to always dream big. This is my daily cup of latte mug and a constant reminder of how bad I am at making latte art. This is my aesthetic tea and oat milk mug. These 3 are my daily beverages every morning. I like buying a lot of mugs and different types of tea as a quote-unquote strategy to kind of trick myself into drinking more water. Besides using an organizing solution to keep your desk clutter-free, another productivity I have for your home office, she meant productivity tips, but she forgot to bring change, is to always reset it at the end of each day. Before I go to bed, I would make sure to put away all the notebooks and pens and wires laying around so that the next morning I can just sit down and start working right away. It's another psychological nudge to remove friction between you and going to work each day. Oh, by the way, there's this makeshift storage solution under my desk. When I bought the basket, I wanted to use it as a planter, but I ended up not having a proper plant for it. So this is where I keep the most randomest stuff, like all the wires, my hard drives. I don't know why this coffee filter is here. Tripod, more vocabulary cards, extra stationaries, unfulfilled macrame ambitions. This is my trusty Wacom trackpad. For a while, this top has just been open like this. It's bothered me for a while until one day I realized, I have all of these plants hanging around for like no good use, and I just rested one of them on here and it just worked out perfectly. There's also a rug under the desk to create some sort of a separation between the bright office space and the dark green / brown living space. As an added bonus, it also softens a hard contrast between the dark brown floor and the white desk and chair. To the right of the desk, you have this bookshelf / stationery organization section. But before we get into more of that, I wanted to show you this tapestry shading solution. I love how it is a simple design with playful colors to add a lot of life to the room. And I love how the lace detail from the curtain on the back projects onto this tapestry and just gives it such a nice vibe. Onto the actual bookshelf. These are all the books I have accumulated this year.
For a while, this area has been an eyesore because all the books of different colors look very messy, exposed out in the open, and the hard contrast between a white bookshelf and a brown floor just looks very awkward.
I've been trying to find a solution for this messy area for a while until one day I did a virtual FaceTime painting session with my friend, and it just happened to have this brown frame hanging around.
And that's it. That's the solution to the bookshelf problem. I also intentionally left a color palette and the paintbrushes out and added a bottle of wine purely for decoration to give it an artsy studio vibe. And this is it. You have seen the ins and outs of my home office.
I'm going to try my best to find links to everything I mentioned in the video. If you're interested in getting a particular item, check out the descriptions. Thank you so much for watching and hang out with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!